your direct examination. Stop fooling around.
As I was saying, Miss Ginny Weasley Bader Ginsburg. That is your name, correct? Miss Ginny Weasley Bader Ginsburg.
Yes.
How unfortunate. Anyway, Miss Ginny Weasley Bader Ginsburg, why did you kill Dumbledore?
Objection!
Ha, I'll allow it.
Didn't you kill Dumbledore because you hate kindly old wizards?
Objection, Your Honor! My client's constitutional rights are being violated left and right! You can't let this go on!
Really, Mr. Torter, I don't know what constitutional rights you can possibly be referring to. The only law I have to work with here is what is in this book. And there are 6 more of them. And I understand that they are children's stories. And they were written by Ms. Sorting Hat. And I have read every one of them. And there isn't a single reference to either a constitutional right or any other kind of right in any of them. Haven't you read them, Torter? Do you know what they say? They say I can send your client to a prison where they will remove her soul. They say that once in prison, with or without a soul, the guards can use a truth serum to coerce her confession. Don't you know that in 7 years we haven't had a single election? How can you jabber on and on about constitutional rights? You know, Torter, you're adorable, but you're hopelessly naive. Look, in the interests of time, truth, and justice, Miss Weasley Bader Ginsburg, will you please just tell us what happened?
I don't remember anything. Everything was blacked out.
No further questions, Your Honor.
Your Honor, I think the defendant has made a persuasive case.
Well, now I'm really curious, Counselor. If the witness has no recollection of the event, then how do you explain the tragic death of Dean Dumbledore?
I intend to prove the true murderer of Albus Dumbledore with my next witness. The defense calls to the stand Sufferus Snape.
Torter! You are out of line!
Please take the stand, Professor Snape.
How I loathe you, Harry Torter. What's your voice?
Please state your name for the record.
Sufferus Snape.
And what do you do for a living, Mr. Snape?
Professor Snape, if you please. I am a professor of law. No, the professor of law.
And tell me, Professor, what class do you teach?
Regretfully, wills and trusts of the undead.
I don't like your tone, Snape.
I assure you, younger, I don't much care.
Now, isn't it true, Professor, that you hate teaching wills and trusts of the undead, and that the one thing you want more than anything in this world is to teach the subject of torts, and that you would do anything, absolutely anything, to get that position, including killing your boss?
Objection! Right? Objection?
Again, I think this will go faster if you just explain what happened that fateful night, Professor.
Well, yes, may I explain in song?
Objection!
Sustain!
God, I hate you, Harry Torter! 10 million points from you! From you! if I recall correctly, I was out that evening with members of the CPDC.
Now, Snape, if you say you remember that night, that's perjury.
Yes! Well, either way, my alibi is as clean as Charlie Sheen.
No further questions, Your Honor.
I can see where this is going. Nowhere. Now, if you don't mind, I'll be recusing myself. I believe I saw that Cedric Diggity boy at the bar. Mr. Diggity, unblended bourbon, please. Neat, on the double, and you might as well make it 2. Bailiff, the court is in your hands.
All rise for the Honorable Bailiff. Whatever.
Hermione, a little help here?
Your Honor, the defense would like to call Professor Quirrell.
Yes, Your Honor.
Please state your... Professor Quirrell, could you please state your name for the record?
The Almighty Voldetort!
I'm sorry, your full name?
Actually, no one's ever called me by my first name before.
There's nothing in here either.
Very well then, Professor Quirrell.
Thank you.
Where were you on the night that Dumbledore was murdered?
Well, young lady, I was in my office examining a magical artifact.
Do you keep many magical artifacts in your office?
I keep many magical artifacts in my office related to torts.
Including, for instance, Paulsgraph's exploding package?
I fail to see how that is relevant!
Your Honor, Dean Dumbledore was killed by Paulsgraph's package.
Okay, that's relevant.
The defense would like to enter into evidence Exhibit 1, Paulsgraph's package.